Welcome to episode 7 of recreating Cardiff Bus in City Bus Manager. Yes, I know it's been 6 months since the last video, but you know what? I'm a busy guy. But don't worry, we're back to add 8 more routes to our network, from the 52 to the 86 service, as well as some shiny new buses. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Starting with the 52 service to Kincoid, one of the wealthiest parts of Cardiff, but also home to St David's College and the Kincoid campus of Cardiff Metropolitan University. So quite the mix of clientele. After starting its journey at Wyndham Arcade, the 52 travels through Tredegarville, Roath, Pentrabane and Kincoid, terminating at Hampton Crescent. The 52 does have alternate routes that end at Kincoid Village and even extend to Corpus Christi School, but we won't worry about that for now. Getting a double-decker bus in and out of the campus is not the easiest of manoeuvres, especially considering this awkward traffic island that definitely doesn't obstruct a 40-foot long vehicle turning efficiently. Another awful turn here onto Albany Road, with yet another horribly placed traffic island alongside street parking. I've got to get a bus through there. Sorry, I'm getting worked up. Much like the rest of the services to the east, the 52 enters the city centre via what we call the bus box, servicing Dumfries Place, Greyfriars Road and Kingsway. Moving on to a very rare service, the 54 from St Mellons to Heath Hospital. It's like a shiny Pokemon card. Much like the 14 service, this only operates once every weekday to ferry hospital workers to the Heath. The 14 services the west, the 54 services the east. It actually begins in Rumney on New Road, travelling through St Mellons, Pompreni, Pentwyn, Kincoid, where we've just been, Penny and Heath, before terminating at the hospital. Due to the infrequency of the service, the 54 is one of the few routes I've never driven, but I'd like to. Because the 54 only operates once a day, I created a custom timetable and even took the time to match the real timetable down to the minute. Moving on to 2 more flagship routes, the 57 and 58 to Pompreni, which sport their own custom livery that you'll see later. Much like the 52 service, these both begin at Wyndham Arcade and follow the exact same route until they get to Pentrabane, in which they take a right towards Llanedin. After servicing Werngoch, our 2 routes temporarily split before rejoining at Spire Hospital. As you can see, the 57 follows Glencoid Road and Pentwyn Road. You'll just have to wait and see where the 58 goes. I bet you can't wait. Immediately after Spire Hospital, there are 3 roundabouts in succession. The handy tip given during route training is 1, 2, 3. First roundabout, first exit. Second roundabout, second exit. And you guessed it, third roundabout, third exit. Unfortunately, this only works outbound though. Inbound would be 1, 2, 2, but hey ho. The other general rule for Pompreni is just to avoid the dead-end roads, but I suppose that applies to most routes really. Typically, if a bus operates as a 57 outbound, it will return as a 58 and vice versa, but we'll keep things the same for the sake of ease. As we return to town, strap in for a completely different 58 service. Just kidding, it's almost identical. As previously mentioned, once we service Werngoch, we're going to make a right onto Pentwyn Drive and operate via Pentwyn Retail Park. How exciting. It's worth noting that some 58 services extend to St Edmunds, but this will be far too complicated to implement without doing an entirely custom timetable. Along with the 9, 28, 29 and 52, the 57 and 58 create a high-frequency service between Roath and the city centre. Roath being home to City Road and Albany Road, two highly populated areas for eating and shopping. Time to take our attention to the west with the 61 service to Pentrabane, another very popular route serving Canton, Pontcanna, Fairwater and Pentrabane, sporting a lovely hot pink livery. The 61 leaves from the Cardiff Bus interchange and follows the 17-18 route until reaching Canton, swinging a right onto Wyndham Crescent. Outbound services operate via Pensisley Rise, whilst inbound takes Shargo Road. This is simply to avoid two services meeting at the junction and getting stuck. On arrival in Pentrabane, the 61 spins around via Firs Avenue, ready for the inbound service. If this video hasn't sent you to sleep already and you happen to be enjoying it, I'd really appreciate if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to be able to commit more time to content, and to do that I need your support to help grow the channel. You can even become a member and get your name at the end of every video. Terribly overwhelming. Time for two of my favourite routes that get you out into the countryside, the 62 to Ridlava and 63 to Rada and Craiger. The 62 is actually the route I referenced in my Planet Coaster series, A Very Welsh Park, that would stop right outside our fictional Rada Valley. The service operates via Pontcanna, Llandaff and Danes Court, terminating at one of the most picturesque terminuses we have in Ridlava. The 62 is almost exclusively operated using one of our small Enviro 200s, but can be allocated a large vehicle like a Citaro or Yutong if necessary. The 63 operates the exact same route as the 62 until it reaches Llantrisant Road, where it turns onto Hale Isav towards Rada. Monday to Saturday, the 63 only goes as far as Tynant Road in Morganstown, but on a Sunday the service operates all the way to Penturk and Craiger, in place of the 136 that doesn't operate on Sundays. The 136 or 63 extension being one of the most feared services among drivers due to its complicated route and narrow country lanes. As an operator, I've had to assist many a driver with route directions and even calling out instructions over the radio as they drive. If you ever find yourself in Craiger, you'll actually see little arrows strapped to lampposts to assist our drivers. We'll be covering the 136 service in a couple of episodes' time. Our last route today is the recently returning 86 service to Lanneshan and Isvane. The The service begins at the interchange and heads straight up North Road before leaving at Gabalfa interchange into Heath Hospital. It then winds its way through Heath and Lanarshon before doing a loop around Lisvane and Thornhill. The 86 is a limited service, only operating 7 times each day, Monday to Saturday. With our routes done for today, it's time to buy some buses. First, we need our 8 Mercedes Citaro 0295s with the 5758 livery. These are in the vehicle group CD, which stands for Citaro Delta. Then finally it's time for 4 Scania Omnideckers which were purchased from Nottingham a few years ago. 2 are unbranded and 2 are 61 branded. Thank you for your patience with this series, as I'm sure you can imagine, it takes quite a while to recreate an entire bus company. But you'll be pleased to hear I've already started work on the next episode, which will be all of our services to Barry and of course the iconic Barry Island. See you then.